Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Ain't You a Peach? Man, he's making me laugh with the eyes being on each side of his head. And for those of you who aren't watching the video, which you can see on YouTube at Ain't You a Peach, the background is our emblem, and his head fits right between the eyes.
Scary. It's hard to sit like that.
Funny. It's just funny looking.
I know, the camera's on. You can see me. That's what makes it humorous.
Oh, God. That is too funny. That is definitely too funny. Oh, me. So how's your week been?
Been a great week. How was your week?
Don't go there.
That bad. Well, I would like to mow, but it hasn't dried out enough for me to mow. It just keeps raining and getting longer.
It's just been an extremely distracting week for me. So, yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready to move to next week now. Well, I want to enjoy it first, but yeah, it's been weird. So you want to go on and get this daily hello done?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. There we go. Ready, set,
go. Good afternoon, my fellow Ain't You a Peachers? Happy Sunday. It's the 86th day with 279 still to go in 2022. Today is International Medicine Science Liaison Day. Wow, what a mouthful. That recognizes the virtual role medicine science liaisons, that's MSL, play in the success of a company. Since being first established by Upjohn Pharmaceuticals in 1967, MSLs have become increasingly important to this company's success that employs them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be employed. According to the MSL Society website, today MLSs are scientific experts to internal colleagues at their companies to help ensure that the drug or product that they support are utilized effectively by physicians and serve as scientific peers and resources within the medical community. Bravo, Sierra. It's National Joe Day. Have you a cup of Joe? That encourages everyone to enjoy a cup of Joe with all your friends named Joe, Joseph, Josephine, and Joseph or Joseph. While you're at it, don't forget Joette, Jody, Joanna, Jody, Joan, and any other variant of a Joe. It's National Scribble Day that inspires children to kindness through the arts. It's children's scribbles become more than just scribbles when the eyes and smiles are added. Somehow a personality leaps onto the page, and it's encouragement for children to grow and express themselves. The positive result, looking back at them, spreads a surge of joy that is infectious, if you say so. It's National Spanish Paella Day, a rice dish from Spain. Paella has become very popular and is known worldwide. At lunchtime, workers in the fields would make the rice dish in a flat pan over a fire. They mixed in whatever they could find, such as rabbits, snails, and vegetables. Later, for special occasions, chicken was added. Paella has spread to every region of Spain and worldwide, using almost any type of ingredient that goes well with rice. Key ingredients are saffron and olive oil. Saffron is an essential spice that also turns the rice into a beautiful golden color. It's day 744 of 14 to Flatten the Curve. Thank you, Liberty Lighthouse, who was on last night at 8 p.m. Some causes happiness wherever they go. Others, whenever they go. I'm pretty sure I'm the latter.
She already did this once. She just drove. Okay.
So she knows that now.
This is the second time she's done this. So she should now drive so that it's on the driver's side. The tank is on the driver's side.
The same side as her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But she pulled a circle last time. No way is she gonna do it again. Now she's gonna back into the right. She had it. If she would have, no. Oh no.
Is she just going to the same?
No, she would have had to pull around. Oh no.
Does she just not know which side the tank is on, or does she think she's...
She knows. She has to know. She just saw that it's not on the passenger side. Okay, so she's pulled up again on the wrong side. Hang on.
Whoa, that person just whipped in there real quick, like.
Hang on. Is she gonna realize it? Does she see it? She walks right past the gas tank. Okay.
Is it an electric car?
Now she's got it. Now she's got it.
The way she flipped around real quick cracked me up.
So which one is she going to pull into? She'll pull around
to the other side.
Yeah, she'll go to the other side.
Or even this over
yeah,
here.
Yeah, she could back up. She could back up and get into it.
Okay.
What's she doing? She's pulling around. Okay.
Great. She's not.
Oh no. Oh no.
Did it again? There's no way.
No. No, she's pulling.
Brains are not strong with this one.
And she's not even blind.
Oh, she's backing up. Maybe she didn't notice.
No, she's getting out of the car. She's getting out of the car.
Again?
Oh my gosh.
Should you go tell her she's going?
You want me? Should I go help her?
You might want to go help her.
Okay, hang on. No. Just go tell her to back up. Go tell her back up and go the other way. Just tell her.
Okay.
Did she wave at you?
Yeah, I said back up and go the other way, and she waved. So she heard me, I think.
Okay, we'll see if she gets it this time.
She's just gonna back up.
And she's off again.
No.
She's literally just gonna back up.
No.
I said and go the other way.
What it?
Like I pointed at the other.
But that doesn't make a difference. What she just did. She's still backing up.
Yeah.
She's still backing up. Wait, there she is.
Yeah. Oh, maybe she did get it.
Okay, so now just turn a little bit. Oh, she's turning.
She's turning.
She's turning.
Oh
no.
She's stuck.
Okay. What is... Okay. Pull in.
She do it?
She's doing it? Is she doing it?
She got it? She's getting out?
She got it. Okay, hang on. I want to go tell her congratulations.
That explains exactly what we're talking about today. Darwin Awards. She, although not completing the task, would be a representative of a Darwin Award. What is a Darwin Award, you ask? Let me explain. Darwin Awards are a satirical way of honoring individuals who have supposedly contributed to human evolution by selecting themselves out of the gene pool by dying by their stupid actions. This honor originated on a computer forum way back in 1985. The concept became familiarized project in 93 with the creation of a website that chronicles weird and funny deaths worldwide over the years, followed by a series of books starting in 2000, sorry. Generally, Darwin Award winners are people who have died in the dumbest of ways. Take, for example, Craig from Riverton in Utah decided that he'd try out a new soft way of landing and splashing down in a canal. Well, the first part went swimmingly, with Craig executing a perfect landing. Unfortunately, the swimming part didn't quite go as well. Craig's parachute filled with water and dragged him downstream, and he drowned. Another Another example would be an individual named Rodney from Lake Washington. He was doing laps on the lake when he realized that his jet ski was running low on battery. Pulling up towards the shore, he moored his jet ski and ran a set of jumper leads. He plugged the ends into the 110 outlet, ran down to the water's edge, carrying the crocodile clips. Unfortunately, he didn't stop at the edge of the water and plunged straight in, electrocuting himself instantly. His body was found floating under the dock later that evening.
Okay. Well, we'll go on and give you what this year so far is, and I'm sure there's more that just aren't on here. So 2022, we got Molten Man, Pompeian Circumstance. The 75-year-old was game for an off-limits sortie. I don't know what sortie is.
Sortie, it's a foray, it's an outing.
Oh, okay.
Generally, sorties are flights. You have flights to go out. Yeah.
Into Volcanoes National Park, a resident of the nearby town of Hilo. The elder hiker was well aware of lava's distinctive molten danger. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? Hang on and I'll show y'all the picture. It's pretty creepy. Oh. That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's what he looked like after the fact.
Yeah, that's yeah.
People are smart. Then come 2005 in October. Let's see. Petty Officer Brandon Dilbert, a pseudonym, obviously, of the United States Navy, was like so many heroes before him. He lost his life while in the service of his country and is officially honored with all the full respect due to a fallen hero, and literally fallen, because that's the cause of his death, was Supermaning out of a naval helicopter while performing a crazy stunt on a stern cargo ramp. Brandon was serving his country during the Iraqi War, and Supermaning had recently been invented by certain troops goofing off in aircraft such as large helicopters with a rear cargo exit. So everybody would contrive a makeshift harness using a seat belt or cargo straps, then lower their body out the back of the aircraft with their legs outstretched and arms straight overhead, flying horizontal like Superman with one fist bump forward.
Don't kids do this? Like, climb up on things and go, Superman!
Yeah, but generally you do it in a swimming pool. In a sensationally reliable pose, Superman must hold tight to that makeshift harness to defeat the supernaturally strong winds and allow pictures taken, then mightily haul oneself back into the aircraft before the pilots find out. In this case, the MH-53 is a large helicopter of the United States, cruising at a nominal speed of 138 miles per hour, carrying 52 troops or 3,600 pounds of cargo. The pilots were unaware of the crew's nonsense because cargo obstructs the aft view of the aircraft. You can't see out the back. And let's see, it's common for the military helicopters to fly with the cargo ramp partially open. No way the pilots could see the crew sitting on the open ramp, but if they did, they would laugh first and ask questions second, I'm sure. To be specific about this instance, one in a series later investigation revealed that petty officers strapped on a 10-foot belt under his shoulder and lowered himself out the edge of the cargo ramp while fellow crews taped winning photos, of his antics. But his iron grip did slip, and the full weight of his body was briefly held by the loose harness, which soon slipped from under his arm and off his shoulders, sending him falling 125 feet into the Persian Gulf. Ouch.
Yeah,
that would hurt. A vivid mental poster images the bystanders asking, "Are you okay?" And Super Petty Officer responding with a "A-OK" sign, leaving only one hand holding the strap. Oops. One can also imagine the crew suddenly radioing the pilots to slowly descend. Oh, no reason. Just seems like a bit high we're flying at. No? Oh, no. Rear Admiral Sandling. What did he say? He's the Naval Air Force Command at the time, under whose agents the MH-53 from mine, Monsieur Squadron 15 operated. The good admiral, however, heard of supermanning, but after investigating, determined that this unsafe and unallowable practice had gone on for a decade or more. Four other crewmen in the squadron admitted to having supermanned in the past. Heads then rolled, and many were stripped of their air crew designations. Yeah. Ironically, the petty officer's death was ruled in the line of duty, and he joins a whole bunch of American heroes who lost their lives during the second Iraqi war. What a dumb butt. Superman. Yeah, no.
No. Okay, struck speechless. This is 2021. September 12th, 2021, Berkeley, California. Go figure. Roll a fat cigar of brain power for two mental midges, not midget, midges, who climbed out of their vehicles on busy Interstate 80 to argue about who slammed into whom.
Oh, Jesus.
In short order, both Argle Bargles got slammed into again, this time without protection of a metal cage. The second crash occurred at 1:30 a.m. when a hapless Mini Cooper driver swerved to avoid the Dodge Durango and Chevy Malibu wrecks, accidentally colliding with the men. A lesson we should all remember is that neither dead driver cares about that dispute anymore. Learn from the mistakes of others. Two men paid a steep price for their situational unawareness. It was also not fair to the traumatized Mini Cooper driver. I can imagine that little bitty car. Alcohol and drugs do not appear to be a factor, just ordinary lack of common sense. And that's our daily Darwin Award.
I have one for you. It's confirmed true by Darwin. It says 1976 retrospective, but it does say 2021. Where's our sounder? We have mariachis when we say things like that. 2021. Exactly. There we go. Let's see. In an ambitious stonework, some compare to Stonehenge, flaunting 6 acres of hand-built stone ridges, mortars, and monuments quarried at the site by old dead guy Harvey Flight, has Magnum oppressed in a wild landscape and stoner madness. Day stack stonework is a time-tested and durable technique. It's how a Roman architects hang together. And as goes the Roman Empire, so goes Harvey Fite. Mr. Fite died at the age of 72, only a few years short of completing the walls, ramps, and stairways, placid pools, murky moats, and subterranean passageways of his dreams. How, you ask, did this stonemason bite the dust? He died Darwin dumb, to be honest. While riding a lawnmower, Harvey zoomed out onto a precipice and fell into his own stone quarry and snapped. Just like that, he was stone dead. On the sunny side, the artist loved where he lived and died where he loved. Surely his heart still resides in this amazing race place. Oh my God, you gotta love Darwin winners. Such dedicated in life and death. Today, 40 years down that rocky road, his heirs and successors are squabbling over his legacy, according to the New York Times report that brought his Nobel Darwin Award to their attention. Oh,
let's see, there's a video on this next one, so we'll go on and do the video for it. It's a man walking on a top of a mountain. at Mount Fuji.
こういうとこちょっと危険よね。お高な。あるいは膝の裏しゃがんで。ちょっと行こう。ちょっとだけマシになった。
He's above the clouds.
脇作戦で。うわ滑る。滑んな。ここ滑るな。危険、ちょっと危険。ちょっと待って、シャドウが30度ぐらいあるけど、ちょっと待って。滑るな。
He's saying it's really cold out here.
Yeah.
ここ岩あるでしょ。その岩
I thought he was saying it's really beautiful.
小さい岩。
Looking at the
危ない。
clouds.
そう。なかなか危ない、ここが。滑って下山する。よし。岩を垂れ。やばい。よし、行こう。斜面になっちゃってるな。
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
道が埋まってる
You
よ。
see anything? Ice.
Not yet.
Ice is
Oh,
slippery.
yeah, ice.
Bye.
なんか外埋まってんだけど、雪で。
Did he just say I'm fire trucked?
ここも危ないね。ちょっとね、斜面。
Uh-oh.
滑る。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ooh, I hope we get the video all the way down.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Interesting. So
Ouchie.
basically, let's see. He was 62 miles west of Tokyo, Mount Fuji. So they're wearing their street clothes. Interesting. Oh, he says, "Oh, this place is slippery, getting dangerous. I'm trying to walk by the rocks. Yes, rocks. It's steep, downhill." Does his audience hear reassured sounds of crampons gripping the ice as he continues past the end of the safety fence to uncertain territory? Of course not. He did not bring crampons, whatever those are. The
Those are
slope.
those.
Go ahead.
And those
Are
are
they?
what keep you from falling in the snow. You block them into walls
Oh.
and everything.
So the slope at that point is 30 degrees. So in watching the video, which I will be posting all of this stuff on our Twitter page on Ain't You a Peach. And I think I'll post it in the Facebook page. Yeah, the Facebook page also. So anyway, 30 degrees. Anyone can see it's watching the video. You can kind of see him get all slippery and stuff. He continues play by play, march along an increasingly risky path. He frequently cautions himself. That must be where he was fire trucking. Some of his viewers might have given a wry chuckle at his sudden realization of what he had gotten himself into. His inappropriate footwear now begins failing him as he trips and stumbles on more than once. He asks himself whether he is on the right track. And boom.
And it's that time. Well, before
Yep,
we go,
we
make sure to
are.
get over to APR Coffee. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com and order some because it'll be starting up soon. Maybe within the next 2 weeks. Get your order in now. AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
And we are going to be going into a commercial in less than a minute. Let me finish.
We'll be back in 2 and 2. Wasn't that, who was it, Chuck Woolery or one of them from the dating game or something? We'll be back in 2 and 2.
So, yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I can't believe there's so many dumb people.
Well, they're not there anymore. That's the good thing.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of people out there, that are as dumb. Just waiting and watching. See y'all in a minute.
Back in 2.
Oh my gosh. I just can't.
I forgot to put my recording sign up. Ed just showed up.
Are some people just not born with any logic?
Well, with the number of people that we've been talking about today and the whole bunch more we have to go, I'd say no. I can't believe I missed our 8th break, and I should have been ready for it.
That's what you forgot. You forgot to set your alarms, huh?
It's running. We were doing those things, and I looked down at it and went, oh, man, it's 22 after. I got to do a spot just before we went to break. So at least I got one in.
We'll get it eventually.
We've been having fun with the dead folks.
That's true. It's kind of hard not to. You need to raise your camera up a little.
Up a little?
Up a little. A little more. Sit back. That's better.
Oh, now it covers them. It was there before. Now I got to sit up like this.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was so weird, because usually your camera's higher.
It's hard to sit like that.
You're killing me today.
It's one of them days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we don't even want to go there.
I hate gray days. I just have a hard time getting my head out of my derriere.
It's actually been kind of sunny here, but yeah.
It ain't here.
Welcome back. Oh, so if you missed the first half, we're talking about Darwin Awards and stupid people. So we're gonna show a video.
Of more intelligence.
We'll be talking about it. You said that there was just mainly music. So
I think so. I don't think there was audio to it. I don't remember. We're using my gray matter there.
All of this will be posted on Twitter and on our Facebook page. So if you want to go look at it and stuff. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Share screen. Okay.
Late, seeing as it is now February, but better late than never, especially when it comes to our beloved Darwin winners. In this video, I am introducing you to 10 lucky people who won themselves a Darwin Award in 2020. I guess the saying, hindsight is 2020, takes on a whole new
That
meaning.
was good. She's out freaking cold.
This is the channel for you. Please smash that like button to ensure you don't win a Darwin Award yourself. Well, it can't hurt, right? Number 10. Sinkhole Schminkhole. At midnight, the phone rang for Police Inspector Campbell Hill. What? Someone fell into the sinkhole? Better ring up the fire department. We'll need their rope rescue rig for this one. Cave Garden Sinkhole, the most magical spot in South Australia, is actually the cenote on the flanks of a dormant volcano. A protective fence surrounds the sinkhole, and a lovely wrought iron platform extends over the precipice to offer a thrilling view of the cenote floor 100 feet below. The mayor said the sinkhole, a popular local and tourist attraction, was a safe environment for many years, enjoyed by thousands of people. Police investigation swiftly uncovered the events that led to this tragic tumble. 2 facts were certain. Bradley passed instantly at the scene, and foul play was ruled out. But when Inspector Hill was told of the specific reason for Bradley's death, he could only stand dumbfounded. He did what? Young Bradley did a midnight handstand on the viewing platform railing. Yes, a handstand. Moments before midnight, Bradley was poised upside down on a rail 100 feet above the dark cave floor. In a single moment, his proud alley-oop became a disastrous alley-oops as he lost balance and his trajectory took him down into the deep, dark cenote. Friends were with Bradley the night he performed an illegal handstand that resulted in his death. I bet he doesn't try that trick again.
But
oh, and of course we got commercials.
Naturally.
Number 9. As Buried as the Treasure Gets. Michael had recently read a book about a buried treasure somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. The author, Forrest Fenn, claimed that he himself buried $2 million worth of gold coins and other artifacts somewhere in the Rockies, and gives clues throughout his book, hinting at its secret location. Over 350,000 others have unsuccessfully gone looking for this treasure. That, however, did not deter Michael, because he knew where the treasure was buried. Of course he did. Michael headed out first in February, but was unprepared for an overnight stay, lost his bearings, and didn't find the treasure. Lucky this time, he was found shivering, starving, and close to death when he was found by a rescue team. One would think that having survived such an experience, Michael would have learned better, but he did not, and decided to give her another go. Michael and his friend had rented a couple of snowmobiles, and after not returning that night, the rental agency called them in as missing. Michael's truck was found the following Friday, and on Saturday, the snowmobiles had been found. Apparently, the men had continued on foot from this spot. Later that afternoon, the pair was found, ironically in the same spot Michael had been found in the previous rescue. He was brought down the mountain a second time, only this time he was unable to walk down himself due to being in a bag. His friend barely survived and refuses to talk about this ordeal. Number 8. Cornhold. Reuben Rayburn, 25, was having fun with his friends the only way they knew how in Ohio. Sitting on the back of a pickup truck, driving around, and throwing corn cobs at signs. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, I didn't think so either. According to police, at one point, the driver swerved the vehicle so everyone in the back could throw their corn cob at another sign. And this caused poor Reuben to lose his balance and fall off the pickup truck onto the road while it was still in motion. Their estimated speed was 25 miles per hour, and of course alcohol was suspected to be involved. Instead of winning by throwing his corn cob at the signs, Reuben won a Darwin Award by throwing his head at the road. Maybe I'll have to give this whole corn cob chucking thing a go. Obviously, it's so fun, it's to die for. Number 7. Licorice Loser. They say too much of a good thing can be harmful, as was the case for one Massachusetts man whose love of black licorice ultimately cost him his life. Doctors have disclosed that a 54-year-old construction worker essentially caused his own demise with black licorice. The candy contains glyceric acid, which caused the man's potassium levels to plummet. Dangerously low levels of potassium can lead to abnormal heart rhythms, high blood pressure, and, in some cases, congestive heart failure. The man, who was not identified in the case report, collapsed while eating lunch at a fast food restaurant. The incident occurred a few weeks after he had switched from red licorice to black licorice. He reportedly ate a bag or more of the candy per day. For perspective, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration warns that if you're 40 years of age or older, eating 2 ounces of black licorice a day for at least 2 weeks could land you in the hospital with an irregular heart rhythm or arrhythmia due to the presence of the compound glycyrrhizin in the candy. Number 6.
Okay, so can we call that one death by licorice?
Death by licked.
A Russian man
licked to
met
death.
his demise when he fell while attempting to catch pigeons to eat. The incident occurred in the early hours of the morning when 2 men who had been drinking ran out of snacks. The obvious thing to do, not go to the store of course, would be to catch some pigeons. One of the men approached a building and began to climb up a fire escape to catch one of the birds. When he reached the roof, however, he slipped and fell down to the street. He was pronounced DOA. No word on whether or not his friends caught a pigeon, or any other snack for that matter. Number 5. Titanic Wedding. The Titanic is an iconic movie. The scene where they're standing at the front of the ship, who wouldn't want to recreate that special moment with their loved one? One newlywed couple definitely should have left this scene to the actors. The couple was reportedly trying to recreate a famous scene from the movie when their boat capsized due to the way they were standing. They were about 30 feet from the family who were taking pictures of them at the time. The couple did not know how to swim, and since the boat wasn't being destroyed, they had nothing to float on like the movie. The only thing they had going for them was the water was not icy cold.
Okay, question.
Answer.
You get on a boat, and you got into the water, and you do something stupid, and you ain't got a life vest on because you don't know how to swim?
Nope, not at all. And chances are they were on like probably a 12-foot boat, maybe a 16-foot, small enough that when they stood on the bow, it upended and flipped over on them.
Oh, God. Oh.
Last selfie. A woman in Australia fell off a cliff after trying to take a photo at a precarious location. Rosie was visiting Grampians National Park in Australia's Victoria State. She was at Barocca Lookout, an overhang by the side of the cliff that has a panoramic view of the mountains and town below. Police say she had climbed past the safety barriers and warning signs to pose on a rock for a photo when she tripped over the edge, falling more than 80 meters, about 262 feet, down the cliff face. Witnesses heard her screaming, but were unable to help, obviously. Rescue workers spent nearly 6 hours trying to retrieve her, and the notorious platform was closed for the remainder of the day. The lookout is a particularly popular photo spot. A quick search of the location tag on Instagram shows dozens of photos showing people at the cliffside, legs dangling over the edge, or balanced on a narrow rock near the edge. A few even filmed themselves doing backflips near the edge. This site is begging for future Darwins to come visit. Number 3. Stuffed sofa. A 38-year-old man was found stuck in his sofa bed, apparently trapped there while trying to reach for his glasses. According to reports, the man's family had not heard from him in more than 10 days. However, that wasn't what alerted authorities to his apartment. Neighbors began complaining of a rancid smell emanating from his home, and upon inspection by local police, the man was found in his sofa. It is believed that the man had gotten trapped in the sofa bed as he was attempting to grab his fallen glasses. Attempts to recover him was made more difficult by his extremely protective and aggressive dog. No word on whether or not he was actually able to grab the glasses before getting himself stuck in such a precarious predicament. Number 2. Rats. A man who set electric mouse traps in his rice field in Vietnam was found snared by his own traps. After his field was reportedly experiencing a problem with rodents, our winner began to set electric traps throughout the wet farmland. A few days later, people of the hamlet were shocked to find the man lying face down in his own field. Local authorities reported that the man passed from electric shocks. I guess he was just dying to exterminate the rodents that were invading his field. He was also dying to win Darwin.
Stuff. We
Oh,
love
and another
stuff.
commercial.
These are great.
Yay.
Our honorable mention for 2020 really knew how to wine and dine. To enjoy wine, most folks buy a bottle, open it, and partake thereof. But Labile, 39, not his real name, was more ambitious. He knew that one bottle wasn't enough to drown his thirst, nor was a gallon jug of Carla Rosie. His thirst could be satisfied only by guzzling wine straight from the udder of a rolling wine tanker truck. So he devised a sly scheme to drink his fill from the truck, hauling thousands of gallons of red. Hard to believe? Let's go to the video. What the driver did not see was Labile running around the truck and climbing barefoot on board the trailer. The rig's camera captures him maneuvering under the trailer as it reaches highway speed. Out of sight beneath the trailer, Labile unscrewed a valve and positioned himself more or less under the outlet pipe. A torrent of wine gushed out, and Labile happily commenced gulping down as much as he could, which left a lot flowing off his face and onto the asphalt. The driver noticed that he was bleeding cargo at an alarming rate and called the California Highway Patrol as he again pulled onto the shoulder. The arresting officer found the still gulping man lying on the ground doing snow angels as the red wine continued to gush over him. He was obliterated when they handcuffed him and thus was cooperative during his arrest. About 1,000 gallons of wine, 5,000 bottles worth, had spilled from the truck, and how much of that wine wound up in his gullet is unknown, but it is obviously more than his due share. Number 1. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. While on a weekend vacation at the Jazaka Lodge, the 30-year-old medical assistant identified as Thomas was found dead in his hotel room. According to reports, the man had been out drinking the evening before and arrived late back to his room. The following morning, when hotel staff attempted to clean his room, they found the door locked and were unable to enter. After retrieving the hotel manager, the door was unlocked and the body of Thomas was discovered. Reportedly, he was found with a large amount of Viagra in his pockets, a severe nosebleed, and was stiff as a board in more ways than one. Although local authorities stated that it is thought that the man passed from consistent hardness, a medical examiner determined that the actual cause was a cerebral hemorrhage brought on by the high blood pressure that many Viagras can produce. I hope you enjoyed some of 2020 Darwin's Win.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Those are great.
Oh, you know what probably would have helped him is a pillow.
Well, do you think? I don't know. Even if you would have gone to mypillow.com and scrolled over about 3 tabs and then down about 3 boxes where it said radio specials and use the promo code MOJO50 at checkout, you could save like 66% on them slippers. But I don't think he needs them because, well, he was stiff as a board already. I don't think soft, fuzzy slippers would have helped that poor guy. But you can, and all you have to do is go to mypillow.com and use a promo code MOJO50 at checkout. And don't you know? Oh, these Darwin Award guys are there.
I'm just shocked. I don't even know.
Oh, you've been to Vietnam. You're shocked. Okay.
I am shocked. That's
terrible.
Shocked. Yes, shocked.
Let's see. Well, would be more shocking would probably be let's see, Pilot Patrick's in-flight shower.
Yes.
The United States is a sizable chunk of a continental crust, yet people do purchase planes on the opposite coast because flying home is easy compared to driving. That's true. Just, hop airports, refueling at each hop until you arrive at your home airport. As a matter of fact, Pilot Patrick, who's 52, was up to the task of hopping his new plane home. Licensed to fly commercial aircraft, Patrick had 10,000 hours of flight time and an instructor certificate. But during the first 2 takeoff climbs, aviation fuel as a 1,000 octane gas or 100 octane gas, woo, that stuff burns good, had entered the cockpit and sloshed around his feet. At the 3rd airport in Missoula, the pilot called a mechanic familiar with the airplane and discussed the issue of the fuel leakage. The pilot told his mechanic that had someone inspect the fuel system and they did not find anything wrong. The mechanic, however, wasn't buying it. Reasonable enough, he or she recommended not flying until the issue of fuel venting problem was resolved. Question, did the pilot listen? Sometimes familiarity breeds contempt, and that is an old saying. This experienced pilot overruled the mechanic's recommendations and said he would fly the plane anyway. But as concession to safety, he would fly it with the electrical system offline. This is referred to as flying in the dark with no instruments. Patrick's decision is especially baffling because the aircraft was newly purchased and its trustworthiness was not yet established. To put the situation in plain English, during every takeoff, the cockpit, where's the bell? There's the bell. Got a shower of fuel, yet Patrick had to ask, if that was bad. Told in no uncertain terms to stop flying the aircraft, his response was essentially, I got this. And that chap who supposedly checked the fuel system invented a ruse to convince a mechanic all was well. Subsequently, the aircraft took off from Missoula International Airport, but made a sudden, swift turn and crashed, exploding in a fireball. The NTSB report states the pilot was likely distracted by fuel entering the cockpit and failed to maintain adequate airspace as he returned to the airport to rectify the fuel problem, resulting in an aerodynamic stall/spin. Full of experience, empty on common sense, Darwin Award winner for a good, sufficient cause, Pilot Patrick. We salute you.
Okay, main man boffed by booby trap.
Uh-oh.
This is November 28th, 2019 in Maine. Ronald Sire, something like that, CYR, 65, was shot dead on Thanksgiving evening in the rural town of Van Buren. Upon investigation, it was determined that the shooter was none other than him himself.
Oopsie.
To protect his family's jewelry, this Maine Coon decided on a DIY approach. Recalling his childhood when a loose tooth was tied to a doorknob and he was told by Papa, when I slam this door, that tooth will shoot out of your mouth like a bullet. Our man rigged a handgun trigger to pull when the door was opened by an unauthorized personnel. This and other booby traps were installed about the property with the confidence of an idiot savant. Imagine the harm that could befall an unwitting visitor to this Maine home in the Canadian border. Thankfully, no harm came to random passerbys because the homeowner himself, who accidentally triggered the discharge of the jury-rigged home protection bullet that ended his life.
Oh my God. What a dumb butt. Dumb butts are us. Well, that's like the ill-fated Madame Curie. May their experiment be a warning to you, my friend. South of Lake Charles, Black Bayou drawbridge was closed to cars, but open to boats. Evidently, this was an irresistible Friday night challenge to two Texas men, a 32-year-old and a 23-year-old. The Chevy Cruze stopped on the Black Bayou Bridge, and a Texas man emerged and pushed up the safety gate for the drawbridge. His second mistake was to jump back in as the driver accelerated rapidly up the open drawbridge ramp. Shoot the gap. You cannot live long if the road IQ is higher than your own. And in this IQ test, our double Darwin winners failed. Indeed, they set a new low because these two Texas men, unlike the Blues Brothers, lacked cop tires, cop engine, cop suspension, and a mission from God. A witness observed a passenger emerged, thank you, I know I can speak English, and pushed up the arm of the safety gate, then got back in while the driver backed up a bit and accelerated hard over the drawbridge edge. Over the bridge and through the waves, our double Darwin winners paved new ground and demonstrating a new dead end leading off the path of evolution. The shoot the gap tragedy happened at 2 a.m. The car sank from sight as it was no easy task to locate the wreck. Louisiana State Police divers eventually located and lifted the vehicle with pontoons and recovered two drowned bodies from the Black Bayou. Identities are identified. Let's see, the double Darwin twofer. To heed the practice patience on a drawbridge of life. Oh my God.
All right. Well, let's do something a little more intelligible. How's that?
Like go to Romika Designs.
And now it's time for Spaced with Leprechaun.
I'm a huge space nut.
That's me. Hey, you get cool spacey stuff over there at Romika Designs. And if you go to laserpro.com, mojolaserpro.com, that'll take you to Romika Design and all kinds of cool stuff. Now, you know what parkour is, right? That's where people go jumping around and they spring off of walls and jump through doorways and swing off a lamppost and stuff. You've seen that before, haven't you? Yeah. Well, parkour enthusiasts need to look no further than up in the trees for inspiration Squirrels, aerial acrobats make the rodents masters of form. A new study suggests. This is a article from News Animals, and the headline: Squirrels use parkour tricks when leaping from branch to branch. Speedy rodents. Try this in Swahili. Speedy rodents balance tree limb flexibility and distance when zipping through the forest. Jonathan Lambert wrote it all the way back in August of last year. A detailed look at how squirrels navigate narrow branches that bend and sway with the wind, where the smallest error could spell death. They too get Darwin Awards. Shows that rodents make split-second calculations to balance trade-offs between branch bendiness, wow, I didn't know that was a word, and the distance between the tree limbs. And for particular tricky jumps, squirrels improvise parkour-style moves in midair to stick the landing, researchers report. We have a little bit of bean footage. It's only a minute or so. And this study is a great example of how cool normal animals can be in their biomechanics, says Michael Graham, a graduate student in biomechanics at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, who was not involved with the research. But when all seen, squirrels do crazy stuff in nature, but no one ever pays attention to it, he said. This is, unless you're like Nathaniel Hunt, who has been mesmerized by watching squirrels flash through the observatory since graduate school. Tree canopies are incredibly challenging environments to navigate, he says. And interrogative biologist at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. When jumping between bendy branches, a squirrel must assess how far it has to jump and know when to leap. Jump too early and the squirrel will fall short. Too late and the squirrel will find itself on a branch too flimsy from which to launch. Hunt wondered, how are they sensitive to the trade-offs, managing to make accurate leaps? To find out, he and his colleagues designed an artificial forest obstacle course on the outskirts of the University of California, Berkeley campus. Then the team used peanuts to coax free-ranging fox squirrels into running and jumping through a series of aerobatic tests. The unwitting suspect learned to leap from artificial branches of high, medium, and low stiffness across the gap to reach the prize, a basket of peanuts at the end of a landing peg. High-speed video captured details of the jumps from launch point to landing accuracy for 12 squirrels, spanning 96 leaping trials. Unsurprisingly, the squirrels leaped from more bendy branches earlier, presumably to maximize jumping force, even though the increase in the distance that the squirrels must clear. Hunt says by comparing what the squirrels actually did with statistical models that simulate optimal jumping decisions, the researchers found something interesting. Branch flexibility had about 6 times as great an influence on when the squirrels decided to jump as the length of the gap. If squirrels had cared more about the distance, they had jumped from about the same spot on the rod, regardless of its give. When we surprised to see the squirrels weighing both of these things simultaneously, but in different amounts, he said. It's so cool watching these little guys bounce around. The researchers upped the ante for 5 squirrels by increasing the flexibility of branches as well as the gap distance. Initial leaps were less than graceful. No squirrels fell, but most landed clunkily at first. Grasping the peg, they leaped to their front paws and switching around. Uh-oh, I hear beeps. Isn't that cool, though? Don't you wish you could move that flexibly?
Maybe some of these people that won the Darwin Award should have.
Yeah, I mean, bouncing off the wall like that just to get grub. I feed the little tree rats in front of the house. I think they're cool.
That is funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has
Little
been an interesting
parkourers.
show. Because who would think that people were as stupid as some of these people are?
There's still tons and tons of people we could talk about. That's funny as all get
Oh,
out.
I know. Oh God, that's crazy.
And to think those are the ones that have been taken out. Think of all the ones that haven't been fortunate enough yet to get their Darwin Award.
I know, right? Well, thanks for everybody for listening. And we're going to post all this stuff on, like I said, Twitter and the Facebook page. You can find all that stuff there if you want to actually watch the videos or read the whole articles. There's a lot more. Trust me. We only hit a few of them. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Do you know anybody that's eligible for a Darwin Award?
I know lots of people that should win one.
Get them up. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place.